All right, let's talk about something huge. The idea that what's on your plate can literally be a tool. I mean, a tool that either helps your body feel amazing or, well, one that kind of contributes to this constant state of stress. And it all comes down to one word: inflammation.
You know that feeling, right? Some days you eat something and you feel on top of the world, and other days you just feel blah, sluggish, achy. It's not in your head. That feeling is often your body's way of talking to you, and we're going to get to the bottom of it.
So let's get right into it. We hear this word inflammation thrown around all the time. But what does it actually mean? What's really going on inside our bodies?
Okay, let me break it down like this. If you twist your ankle and it swells up, that's inflammation doing its job. It's your body's emergency response team rushing in to fix the problem, and that's a good thing. But the issue we're talking about today is chronic inflammation. It's kind of like a tiny fire that's just always smoldering in the background, never really going out. And you guessed it, our food choices can be like throwing gasoline on that fire. So, if there's a fire, what's fanning the flames? A lot of the time, it's the very food we eat every day. So let's meet the villains, shall we? These are the common foods that tend to stoke that internal fire. Just take a look at this list here at the bottom, the pro-inflammatory foods. What jumps out at me is just how, well, normal all this stuff is. I mean, this is basically the standard modern diet for a lot of people. Recognizing these guys is really the first big step. First up, we've got the refined and processed stuff. We're talking white bread, those tempting pastries, most of the snacks you find in a box. See, when you strip out all the good stuff like fiber from grains, your body just burns through them super fast, sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster, and that can trigger inflammation. And it's the same story with deep-fried and heavily processed foods. Yeah, this group right here, probably not a huge shock to anyone. That classic fast food combo, usually with grain-fed meat and a giant soda, is like a perfect storm for inflammation. It's really the whole package, the quality of the ingredients and how it's all put together that causes the problem. Now this is where things get tricky, because not all fats are created equal. We all know trans fats are a no-go. But look at those seed oils. They're in everything, from commercial salad dressings to margarine. The thing is, they're often super high in omega-6 fatty acids, and when our diet has way too much of that, it can really promote inflammation. All right, enough doom and gloom. Let's flip the script. The best part about all this is that food can also be your greatest weapon. It's time to bring in the heroes, the foods that actively help put out that fire. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. Just look at all that color and life in the top half of this graphic. These are the top anti-inflammatory foods. They are jam-packed with the good stuff, the antioxidants and nutrients our bodies desperately need to calm things down and start healing. So where do we start? The garden, of course. We're talking leafy greens like spinach, plus broccoli, peppers, you name it. Then you add in those amazing antioxidants from all kinds of berries, and the powerful compounds you get from things like garlic and onions. Honestly, just loading up your plate with these is a total game changer. And hey, don't sleep on your spice rack. Turmeric has this incredible compound called curcumin, and the research on it is just amazing. It can literally help block inflammatory pathways. Ginger does something similar, and so do everyday herbs like rosemary and oregano. They're not just for flavor. They're like adding a little dose of medicine to your meals. Now, when we talk about protein, it's all about quality. See, grass-fed meats just have a much healthier fat profile compared to grain-fed. And of course, we've got to talk about wild-caught fatty fish, like salmon. It's practically famous for being loaded with those awesome anti-inflammatory omega-3s. So, remember those not-so-great fats we talked about? Well, here are their awesome counterparts. These are the fats that fight for you. Things like avocados, real extra virgin olive oil, and coconut products. They give you clean energy and actually contain compounds that help your body reduce inflammation. And finally, a few things you can just keep in your pantry that make a big difference. Swapping out a soda for a green tea, that's a huge win. Bone broth is amazing for healing your gut, and fermented veggies like kimchi or sauerkraut, they help build up your gut health, which is basically your body's first line of defense. Okay, so we've met the good guys and the bad guys. Now what? How do we actually do this in real life without feeling totally overwhelmed? Let's make a super simple action plan. And listen, the most important thing to remember is this. You don't have to be perfect. This isn't about throwing out everything in your kitchen overnight. It's all about progress. It's about making small, smart swaps that really add up over time. So what does that actually look like? Well, it can be as simple as this. Instead of that bottled salad dressing, just use some good olive oil and vinegar. Instead of reaching for a soda, maybe try some green tea. When you have the choice, go for grass-fed meat.
See? These little trade-ups make a massive difference.
So if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. It's not about what you're taking away. It's about what you're adding in. The whole goal is to focus on getting more and more of these amazing, firefighting foods onto your plate, one meal at a time.
And that really brings us right back to the beginning. The power to feel great, to feel energized instead of sore. It's right there on your plate. So I'll leave you with this question. Thinking about all those hero foods we just saw, what's just one thing, one simple thing you can add to your meals this week? Your answer might just be the first step to putting out that fire for good.